This week, Google released its annual transparency report on the pitfalls of the public web for both webmasters and your average users. There's a lot to be learned from the vast wealth of data that Google gathers on millions and millions of sites per day. Nowhere is this more clear than in the increase they reported in government requests to hand over user data, along with requests to remove certain types of content. You can browse these by type of request and by country at google.com/transparency report. The report also contains data on malicious websites, sites that have either been compromised or are designed to spread malicious content. How does Google get this information? Through the Safe Browsing feature, which scans millions of websites every day for suspicious content. There are two types of those suspicious sites: legitimate sites that have been hacked and attack sites that are built to distribute malware. According to the report, attack sites have dropped over the past year, but hacked sites remain a big problem, with about 60% used for malware and 40% used for phishing purposes. The regions with the highest rates of bad sites: India, Central Europe, and Thailand, each at around 15% of sites scanned by Safe Browsing. Just to be clear, that software is set up to detect bad sites, so that doesn't mean 15% of total sites. To help us all better understand why malicious actors do what they do, Google uses the example of a hacker who runs an online pharmaceutical shop. Through a vulnerability on a site, say an insecure plugin, she can add links to her Viagra market or whatever the case may be on your legitimate site. On Google's blog, you can read more about significant malware or phishing campaigns that Google has detected and what exactly they were spreading around, like exploitative code called RedKit that accounted for 32 million malware warnings in April. So what about the rest of us? Well, if you see warnings like these along search results, the site either contains malware or was compromised with text and links you probably want to stay away from. Thankfully, if it's your website that's been infected, there's a cleanup process that first involves contacting your web host, followed by a review system with Google that can take as little as a couple days if you act quickly. The other good news, over the past few years, hacks and attacks haven't increased on the whole. Have you ever had a site compromised? What do you take away from Google's report? Let us know your reaction in the comments. For TFN, this is Annie.